Hey guys, Omni here. We are about to dive into the season finale of Superman and Lois, and what a crazy ride it has been. I started the series with some doubts, obviously, but this show has far exceeded my expectations. It has been a intense, emotional roller coaster, to say the least. This has been honestly one of the best Superman portrayals we've had in like the past decade, in my opinion. Like, I really enjoyed this. Not to sell anybody short, we've had some really great Superman interpretations, but this was a really strong show right out of the gate. It really gets to the core of the character, like the traditional core elements of the character, while taking some blends from a lot of more modern interpretations as well, blending that all together with that traditional feeling of what Superman is and who Superman is, both in the cape and without the cape. The family aspect, I had a lot of concerns about going into it, but they've handled that surprisingly well. Honestly, Jonathan Kent in this is one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite character to watch in this show. He's just such a damn good kid, and the writing for these teenagers is just great. Like, it's not annoying in the least. Not for me. I know some people have been a little annoyed with Jordan, but it's just his character's been written probably the most realistically out of most teenagers you would see in anything on television at all. Lois has felt equal to Superman. All of her storylines have felt just as important, just as relevant. Her role to play in the family, with the kids, with the main plot, is just all been there. We've got some surprises with the Luther reveal and everything, with it turning out to be John Henry Irons, with this brand new character, Tal-Ro, Morgan Edge, coming around. Well, Morgan Edge is an existing character, but he was never Tal-Ro. Tal-Ro was a brand new character, and again, something that could have easily not worked is has been fantastic. He's also he's such a sympathetic villain. Like, I understand where he's coming from and where he's going and his struggle, and he's really compelling on top of like his really awesome like suit. Like, his villain design is great. His motivations, I like, while it's kind of very similar to Zod's with the survival of obviously the Kryptonian race and all of that. It's got like a deeper layer to why he's doing what he's doing. He's got a bunch of different things going on in his head, his own personal wants, desires, and needs that have been denied to him by his father, which is just a really interesting parallel because the show is really about fatherhood, parenthood in general. And, we see the fruits of the Kents in how Clark was raised. And then we see the opposite of that by someone who was turned away by humanity, but raised by somebody not even like Jor-El. Jor-El not establishing a lot of that humanity in Clark, but in a lot of the Kryptonian aspect of it, still did a strong job in raising Clark with a different purpose. And that's all paralleled with how humanity, how Tal-Ro didn't have anybody remotely close like the Kents. He was met with fear and aggression when he landed on Earth, and then this, and just aggression in general from his own Kryptonian father. So he's just like seeing the parallels between the two, and then how they differ in their rise has been really interesting. And now, of course, he's become this eradicator. He's become this avatar for the Kryptonian spirits, and he got Jordan in the last episode. He got Jordan and turned him and put his father's soul in there. So I'm curious to see how this whole thing comes to a close. This episode, I know, is directed by Tom Cavanaugh, who, if you're a fan of The Flash or Scrubs even, you'd be familiar with the guy. Reverse Flash over on Flash. Yeah, he's directing this episode. He's a pretty solid director too, so I'm excited for this. The episode itself is called The Last Sons of Krypton. So, that all being said, let's go ahead and dive into the season finale of season 1 of one of the best superhero shows we've gotten this year. One of. There's been a lot of great superhero media this year. It's been a surprising year despite everything that's been going on going into it. But anyway, guys, just like with everything else, the full-length, unedited reaction watch-along will be available over on Patreon, or if you become a member here on the channel, gets you access to that, as well as everything else we've been covering here on the channel is there as well. If you want to see my full-length, uncut reaction to the entire episode, the things that I'm not able to keep in the video for the YouTube video. But guys, let's go ahead and dive in, because I've been waiting for this all day. Here we go. Oh, they came. I really hope the Cushings get filled in on how this has been.
I told him what happened with Edge and who he was. John, why would he take Jordan?
I'm clean. God damn it.
Obtain the forces necessary to resurrect the Defense Council. I will ensure that you are not disturbed.
Oh, great.
And you, son of Kal-El, will help me do it.
God damn it, man. Get this fucking creepy ass, crusty motherfucker out of Jordan.
Stop. I need to speak with Lar. Tell me where Edge took Jordan.
Well, I don't know. This world's pretty big.
Where's my son?
Your son? I'm sure he's long gone by now.
What have you done to him?
The world's best investigative journalists can't figure that out.
We're gonna find them.
Really? Because you have no idea what's coming next.
Time's up.
I'll say, that look on your face. I know it well. It's the same one I had the moment I realized there was nothing I could do to save Krypton.
Jesus. It was actually a really good scene from Lar.
So we can go, or we can stay and help.
We stay and help.
God, I love them.
We help.
God, these are some gorgeous shots, man. Oh! Is he able to break through, or is this a bait? The fuck do you think?
Dad! Jordan! Are you okay? Are you hurt? Edge grabbed me, and then next thing I remember...
Oh, goddamn. Yeah, it was a bait.
I was eradicated.
God damn it, man. Fuck.
He's the perfect vessel. He's a child! Who possesses the untapped power of Kryptonian or the easily manipulated mind of a human. And no one, especially the son of Jor-El, will keep me from ensuring our people's survival.
Well, now you're glad they're here.
Jordan, stop! Dad, please help me. I don't want to die. Jordan, hold on.
I sacrificed my only son to save our people, and you don't even have the strength to strike yours!
God damn. That didn't work.
Power down to 50%.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
There's nothing you can do now, Kal-El. The Defense Council has risen.
How the fuck are they gonna stop this, man?
General, have you heard any word on Jordan?
Not yet. But we have the world's finest looking for him.
Come on.
Zeta Rowe was just toying with me.
If only you had the world's finest. If only Bruce was here.
Call Lila, get another missile from Argus.
The one they sent was the only one they had.
Okay, well, there's got to be something else we can do, right?
I have some solar weapons left. It might do the trick.
Plus, there's the ones you took.
Okay, look, so, how about you and me see if we could throw something together? Okay. Come on.
No. Kryptonite doesn't work, but draining the solar radiation might.
Clark, you and I brought the boys into the superhero world, and I wasn't sure it was the right thing to do, but I have seen how capable they've become. They're strong. Like their father.
Like their mother.
Like both of you, man. Goddamn. Man, we're seeing so much of the world in this episode, too.
Here's all the weapons I borrowed.
Nice. Little solar upgrade for the hammer. That's cool.
The hammer needs to gain maximum force, which means a long throw. And Edge needs to be locked down dead center of the bullseye.
I'm guessing you only get one shot at this.
Okay, I mean, what about us?
You'll be guarding your mother while she finds her way into one of Jordan's memories.
The hell's that thing?
It's a restored weapon of Thaddeus Kilgrave's.
Who?
All you need to know is you don't use this unless you have to.
So that came back around. That's nice. Oh. What the fuck is he doing? Nah. Fuck you, commercials. Fuck you.
I've got them. Got it.
Was it easy?
That blast used a significant amount of power. You will need to
Oh,
replenish
no.
energy reserve.
I know.
Really needs to get a better power supply for this suit. I'm assuming he's expanding and gonna just convert everybody within his range of reach. What the fuck?
Come on, yo, get in, stay low, stay away from me.
Dad, where are you going? To do his job. Come on.
You'll never get to him.
I'll find him.
You don't even know where to look. But I know where to find you.
Oh, fuck.
Jordan?
Oh, thank God damn.
Honey, I'm here, okay? I'm here.
Not strong, Mom.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All your life, you have been strong. You are a fighter. I need you to fight now. Harder than you ever have. Ever have. I know you can do it, baby. Find that strength and fight. Fight. Fight.
I'm just thinking of Aaron from Attack on Titan there.
Boys. Boys.
Get the fuck out of here, Zeta. Like, get out! Get out here!
Our power reserves are flatlining.
Don't sacrifice yourself, man. I really hope he's okay.
Tell me when he's in position.
Holy shit. Dude, he's gonna Goku right through his ass if he depletes him. Holy shit.
Reserves depleted.
God, that's so beautiful, but like, goddamn.
Why did it?
John, do you copy?
Oh, thank God.
Nice timing.
Did they knock the Eradicator out of his
It
ass?
was a family camp.
You had it. We were brothers.
Going all the way back to episode 1, a cookout at the Cushings.
Victory ribs.
Oh, victory ribs, huh?
Try and you tell me that's an inaccurate statement.
I need this recipe.
What did I just say? Normally that would not be an option, but for you, we're gonna make that happen, all right? All right. Okay, Chrissy's
Now it really is a fortress of solitude. Are they doing a funeral for Jor-El?
Tree always gets the best light this time of day.
Thanks.
I don't know why this is making me so emotional.
John,
Not now.
an anomalous vessel has just linked to your warsuit CPU and
What
is
the
approaching
fuck?
at a dangerously high velocity.
What the hell? Is it Nat? John, our world needs you. Dude, if it's Natalie, it's evil Superman. How's she alive? That means her world's still intact, but she got away? Holy shit. Multiverse is calling, man. The multiverse is calling them back. Oh no. Oh fuck, dude. That was a good episode overall, I would say. I will admit I'm a little disappointed with how Zeta-Ro kind of got taken out of Jordan. It was like a loop around to Edge, an earlier episode when Edge was using the same technology against them. So I do like that it called back to that, but I don't know. I was kind of hoping that Jonathan and Jordan in some way would have been the key to resolving this, like as a team, as brothers. But overall, I liked how it went down. I do think that they took out Edge a little easily as well. That defense council got their ass handed to them by just Clark alone. So it did seem a little super easy, barely inconveniency, as far as the main peaks of action, at least, where we had it. There were some great moments in here, though, like when Clark first confronts Jordan taking over. Alex Garfin does a really good job, I know, with the Zeta-Ro voiceover and all that, of emoting in that moment, like when he's really talking down to Clark about how he is differing as a father compared to him, how he raised his kids and just chastising him while beating the shit out of him and then just getting away. Like, there's a lot of great emotional beats in this. You know, we got to see the Cushings come up and rise to the occasion and help the town in this crisis. We got to see John open up to everybody about what's going on, even to a point almost sacrificing himself, but Clark manages to get him out of that. Yeah, now John's not going anywhere. What's he going to do? He's like talking about leaving the farm, and then boom, here's his daughter. Season 2, are we going to go and help John take back his Earth? You think? Maybe? Or is it gone now and she managed to escape? Because, you know, he assumes it got destroyed. Of course it got taken over or whatever, but obviously not the case now. So with that opening the gates of the multiverse yet again, there's going to be a lot of that coming around. Stargirl's going to be playing with that. John Wesley Shipp making an appearance over there as their Flash. So I think it's not too far off to say that that's going to come back into play and cross over. And I think that they're going to be playing around with it now a little bit too, obviously, because Nat survived and that's going to be carrying over. Now John's got a really something to figure out here. So is the main villain of the next season going to be this evil Clark Kent? Maybe this, whether or not this Clark Kent actually turned of his own volition or is inhabited by Zod, like Zeta tried to do with him here. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how that whole thing performs. But again, I think everybody did a really solid job in this episode with the performances. I think Tom Cavanaugh did a really good job directing it. I don't know, man. The funeral for Jor-El was also beautiful. I really like that. Surprisingly, that got me pretty emotional. You know, the parallels from how the season started with the cookout at the Cushings to where it ends with a cookout at the Cushings, but with completely different feelings altogether, especially with how Kyle began the season and where he ended the season and his relationship with Lois and all of that, and seeing that flip around to him just being like, yeah, man, I'll give you guys the recipe, when he was kind of being a little bit of a dickhead in the beginning. But I like that. Kyle's had a huge journey in this season, and I really enjoyed seeing that progression. Lana was just awesome through and through. Sarah was there. She had some good scenes in the beginning, and I think after a little while, they did kind of not really know what to do with her outside of being a in game for Jordan. Jordan, however, like, he came full circle around. Jonathan was just, you know, full circle. No, he had a full on arc. He didn't go back to the way he was, man. Jordan really grew throughout this season. And he had a lot of learning to do, especially from where he started off, and the pain and the anxiety and all that he felt, and then getting these powers and then trying to adapt to them, and then getting a little, you know, in over his head, a little cocky with them after a little bit. But then he got checked, came back, and he's grounded. I'm curious to see where that's going to carry him into season 2. And I'm curious to see where Jonathan goes into season 2, because Jonathan has been probably the most consistent character throughout the season. So I'm interested to see what they do with him. Like, he's been pretty much the rock of the Kent brothers the entire time. And he's just such a good kid, man. I really liked how they wrote the brothers in this. And Clark is just the most humble, wholesome, lovable dude ever in this show. And Lois is just this powerhouse brick. And I love the way they wrote this family. I really like the way they wrote the whole story. And I'm curious, with Edge and Laura still around, if we will see them revisited at all. I feel like Edge could be reformed, and I know a lot of people are against that sort of thing, but I do think the thing that he wants all along is something he could have had if he approached this a different way, approached Clark a different way. So I'm curious to see how that whole thing, if it ever resurfaces at all, see where that goes. I kind of wish we would have like went back to check in on Lar to get her reaction to his failure. I think that would have been an interesting come up and scene if Lois went back to her and like gloated their win. Lois buying the Gazette with Chrissy, that was wholesome. That was a nice little moment. Sam Lane retiring was fitting. I like that he had his own character arc throughout this entire season, and he's been a fantastic character. I found myself very attached to him throughout the end of this thing. One thing I was kind of worried about was like, with how crazy this was getting, I was worried they were going to I was hoping that they wouldn't reach out to any of those shows to have anybody help them with this mess as much as I would have liked to see people. I wanted them to solve their own problem in this own issue. In that same way, it did kind of go out of its way again to not mention Kara. He was like, do you think this will make people afraid of Kryptonians? And then he's like, you mean me? Again, kind of making it sound like Kara's not on this world anymore. Which, depending on when this season takes place, which we haven't seen Diggle's appearance in Supergirl yet, because that's the last one to appear, where that one falls in the continuity. Because I believe his appearance continuity-wise in Smallville in Superman Lois was the first in his little multi-episode journey throughout the Arrowverse. I'm curious to see how that lines up, because it very well could be, depending on the rumors for where and how Supergirl's going to end. Like, she might not even be on this planet anymore. Who knows? Or at least here. Who knows? We'll see. But it just seems like another little jab, unless they got something planned out, or they just know where Supergirl's going to go from this point on. Or it could just very well be during her absence, because the couple of weeks or months or however long, I can't remember, that she was trapped in the Phantom Zone. But yeah, other than that, this has been a fantastic season. The visuals were crazy. I think they pulled out the stops with Superman traveling across the world trying to find Jordan. And then just some of the shots in here is just beautiful. The cinematography, the music is just fantastic. And I can't wait to see what the show does with the next season. And hopefully it could even be more stronger, more gorgeous than before, if the CW was able to actually lock in that co-financing deal with HBO. Because contrary to what most people say, HBO did not pay for this show. They only paid to have it on their platform directly following release. They only signed a deal to have it air on HBO Max, skipping, Netflix and all that jazz. They locked it in for their platform. They did not finance this show. This was all the CW. I know people cite a lot of evidence for that, but there's honestly none if you actually look for it. There's no mention or documentation that supports it, that HBO had anything to do with the budget for this show or the writing, production, none of it. Everything you find points to the CW producers wanting to up their game and actually finally realizing they have to change to compete with streamers now. So I hope that being said, that going forward, because they hadn't locked any kind of deal by the time this show already started, other than where it was going to stream once the show was over. So if they lock that in, if they were able to actually come to a close on how this goes, season 2 could be even better. So I'm excited to see where they go with that, especially if they're going to be going into diving into the multiverse, which seems to be the case with everybody here. And no, it's like a bit of staple of the Arrowverse for a long time, but Crisis made a kind of a point of locking off these shows from that plot device. But I think we're slowly going to be inching back into that, especially since you've got this plot with the other Earth in there, and then you've got Stargirl, which is also isolated into itself right now as well. And I feel like that gap is going to need to close at one point or another eventually as well. We got Naomi coming, which plays exclusively with the multiverse, so that'll be interesting to see how that whole thing works into it as well, and how that fits in with Ava DuVernay directing and show running a show on the CW. I think that'll be crazy to see. But guys, it's been a fun journey, and we will definitely be here for season 2. But I want to know what you guys thought about this season, about this finale in general. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. If you like this, if you want to see my full reaction, go check it out on my Patreon, or if you want to become a member here on the channel, gives you access to that as well. Before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends, Mandy Sherritt, Ryan Care, Jason Coleman, and Philly Vane. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. If you want to hang out, talk about the show, any other shows, films, whatever, come hang out in my Discord or follow me on my socials. Links to all that's in the description of this video. And I'll see you guys next time or in the next video. Take care, everybody.